I don't know where to start this one. It's a weird race. We could start with the 15 minutes. I thought the 24 was going to go back to victory lane. Or the 5 minutes of fear that Kevin Harvick would somehow win this race. Or we could go to the 10 minutes of anger and frustration that Jimmie crashed again, which is actually still boiling over. So however long ago that happened. Or we could talk about our new winningest driver of 2020, Denny Hamlin. Let's go ahead and do that. Denny Hamlin wins his fifth race of 2020 and is now the sole leader of wins in the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series season. That's right. Him and Harvick were tied at 4. Hamlin got his 5th at Kansas tonight. His 2nd consecutive Kansas when he won this race back in the fall and was able to get it done again tonight. Man, this was a weird race. Like, it had some moments where it was just like a normal race. You got your normal leaders. You got your normal people running up front. And then all of a sudden, stage 3 happened, and it got a little chaotic. We had a crash. Matt DiBenedetto hit pretty hard, which ended up looking like a light hit later on. Jimmie Johnson was involved. So Jimmie, Matt DiBenedetto, Austin Dillon was involved, but luckily for him, he won last week. So, he's already in the playoffs. But if he had not won last week, that would have been 3 bubble contenders, but it's 2 because Jimmie and Matty D, unless I think there was someone else in there, but we'll go through the results later. But that was a chaotic wreck. And then we saw Ryan Preece almost flip after hitting the wall. That's right. He hit the inside wall so hard he almost flipped. I don't know what it is about Kansas, but in the last 5 years, Kansas has been chaotic. Like, the crashes have been horrifying. I think it was 2017. Eric Jones almost went airborne. Like, his rear tires lifted off the ground. 2018, William Byron got hit so hard that his tires went up in the air and landed on top of another car. Another 2017 right there I forgot to mention. Eric Almirola went up so high in the air he landed that he broke his back. And what was another one? I feel like I'm missing another one. And then tonight, Ryan Preece literally hits the wall so hard, his car was in the air and almost flipped completely over. Like, its door was on the ground for a minute. Like, for a second, his door was on the ground, it looked like. That was a chaotic finish, or not finish, but a chaotic 5 to 10 laps of just utter destruction, chaos, what is life kind of thing. And the restarts were crazier. Like, we had different leaders. We had different guys getting good restarts. We had William Byron get the lead because he stayed out and he was able to keep the lead. But then one of the restarts, Bowman took the lead from him. And then the next restart, when Bowman was leading 3rd place, Harvick took the lead from him. Tonight was just weird. We had long green flag runs. We had a small few section of just utter chaos and crashes and Jimmie's bad luck continuing. And then we went to another decent green flag run, and then we had a caution right when green flag pit stops were about to happen. And then we had a weird caution, I think it was, and then we had 30-lap run to the finish, which was actually pretty exciting. Harvick took that lead from Bowman. I was like, oh my gosh, Harvick's going to win this thing, isn't he? But then it got interesting. Harvick could not run the wall. His car was too loose. Hamlin and Keselowski were able to chase him down, and eventually Truex too. And Hamlin took the lead from him. Keselowski followed suit. Keselowski was chasing him down there at the end a bit, but just couldn't hold the inside line, and he had to follow Hamlin. And of course, with this aero package and this engine package, you can't run the same line as the car in front of you. And there's just too much dirty air. There's like a bubble, giant spoiler, aerodynamic stuff. I think that's how it works. But yeah, just Keselowski might have had a faster car there at the end. I think he did, but unfortunately, he just couldn't get there because he couldn't run that inside line good enough to catch up to Hamlin. If he wanted to run the top, there was just an air bubble there, and he wasn't able to burst through the dirty air to get to Denny Hamlin, maybe contest for a side-by-side finish or some type of chaotic finish. But Kansas, yeah, usually provides some pretty good racing no matter what the package. Good race tonight, I'd say. Nothing spectacular, nothing extraordinary. Nothing bad, though. We had side-by-side racing, once again, restarts with this package are always exciting. But, man, I just wish we could do something about the air. I wish we could have seen Keselowski hunt down Hamlin there at the end. Hamlin and Keselowski, Truex, they were able to hunt down Harvick there at the end, but I think that's just because Harvick wasn't able to run that top. And that really hurt him, whereas those other three were able to run the top, and it really helped him. But if everyone was able to run the top there and catch up to Hamlin, maybe I think that would have made an interesting battle for the lead. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that. You could have your opinions on that. But yeah, major playoff implications happened tonight. Denny Hamlin adds 5 playoff points to his name. He's already got 30 or so that's another 5. He needs some more regular season points too if he wants to add more playoff points through that. Yeah, what else am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something here. By the way, Ryan Preece is okay. I completely forgot to mention that, but in his horrifying crash, he was okay, which was really nice to see. That was a horrific crash, but yeah. JGR, a really good night from all 4 cars. Kyle Busch, he finally did it. He finally got himself a playoff point. He won stage 1, led 50 or so laps, but late in the race hit the wall, had to pit under green, and was pinned a lap down when the caution came out, but was able to get the free pass or wave around or something. And yeah, he was able to get back around, finish 11th. Martin Truex Jr. and Denny Hamlin both led a ton of laps tonight. Hamlin obviously ended up with a win. Martin Truex 3rd. And then Erik Jones, he didn't lead any laps tonight, but ends up with a 5th place finish. And considering his position right now, that's a good day. He's currently in the playoff bubble, that little mix of Johnson, Reddick, Jones, Boyer, DiBenedetto, those guys are all in it. Byron's in it. Yeah, so he had a really good day, taking advantage of some of the guys that had bad days, like DiBenedetto and Jimmie Johnson and Clint Boyer. And also another guy that took advantage of that was William Byron. William Byron led some laps today. That's right, he led 30 or 40 laps today. Had a really good day. Ends up with the top 10. So we'll go through the results now. Denny Hamlin, his 5th win of the season. Good for you, Denny. Yeah, you're once again championship favorite. Brad Keselowski with the 2nd place finish, won this race last year. Good night for him. Good points night for him, I'm sure. Had a really good car all night. Won stage 2, was leading a lot of laps tonight. He's been really good at Kansas recently. So yeah, they need to keep up that speed, that momentum if they want to add more playoff points. Add some momentum into their playoff run. 3rd, Martin Truex Jr., a good run for him. He needs some more points. But yeah, I think he needs some more wins, some more playoff points to add to his resume to make a deep playoff run. Don't get me wrong, I think he can go out and win every week, but with Hamlin, Harvick, heck, Blaney, all these other guys adding up playoff points, it's going to be a disadvantage for Truex if he can't add those up when it comes into the late playoffs like the round of 8 and making it into the championship 4. So I think he needs to add a few more playoff points to his resume. 4th, Kevin Harvick. Yeah, he was leading there late and lost the lead there, but he had a weird night. For a Kevin Harvick night, it was a really bad night. He was back half of the top 10, I think, most of the night, and then got a strategy call, was up to 3rd, had a really, really good restart, was able to pass the 2 Hendrick cars with Bowman and Byron late, and took the lead, but obviously was not good enough to hold off Hamlin, Keselowski, Truex, and ends up with a 4th place finish. Good points day for him. He might have extended his point lead. I don't know, but he still has the point lead for a fact. I know he had over a 1 race lead. Erik Jones with a really good day. He desperately needed that. Really good points day for him. 5th place finish. We're getting to that time of year where if you're not going to win, you need good points days. So Erik Jones definitely doing that with a 5th place finish, especially with some of his competitors like DiBenedetto, Johnson having bad days. He's got to take advantage of that, and he did. 6th place, Aric Almirola. He's still having that hot streak. I think that's 7 or 8 consecutive top 10s for him. He didn't lead any laps today, but he was up there most of the day, I think. A really good run for him. And then Cole Custer! Cole Custer with a 7th place finish, you know. Won a couple weeks ago at Kentucky. Comes out with another top 10 this week. He hasn't been having a great year other than the win. He's been really inconsistent. He's 20-something in points. But a really good run for him. Yeah. A 7th place result is good for him. Trying to get up maybe a little further, add some more playoff points. I don't know. 8th, Alex Bowman led on that last restart. Oh, he fell. He fell a lot. He was on 2 tires, but Harvick passed him. Hamlin passed him. All these other guys passed him. Ends up with an 8th place finish. Man, there was a 5-minute period where Hendrick was looking really good. Byron first, Bowman 2nd or whatever it was, and then Elliott was like 8th or something. It was looking really good. and then it wasn't. Hendrick's been a bit of a struggle recently. Then he pick it back up. 9th, Kurt Busch. Good for him. 10th, William Byron. Honestly, a really good day for Byron. He wasn't great by any means, but he was up front leading laps, and I think that's some confidence he needs. He hasn't had a great year, and I think we were expecting him to have a breakout year compared to his last 2 years. He had made some really good strides last year, but he's actually taken a step back this year, in my opinion. And I think this was a really good night for him to lead some laps, to be up front late in a race, to hold off a guy like Keselowski and then end up being passed by Keselowski and then going back and passing Keselowski again. I think that's a big confidence booster for young William Byron and his team. That's a really good day for them. 11th, Kyle Busch once again gets pinned a lap down after hitting the wall. He was not happy about it, obviously. His bad luck continues, but at least he's finishing races, and at least he's finally got a playoff point. Jimmie can't even finish these races. 12th, Chase Elliott. Not a memorable night for him. 12th. 13th, Tyler Reddick was up there in the top 10 for a bit, top 5 even, with the strategy call. Ends up with the 13th place finish, a good finish for him. Still on that playoff bubble, but if Eric Jones is going to finish in the top 5, and if Jimmie Johnson can get his crap together and ends up finishing up there, Reddick's going to have to pick it up. Got that 2nd place at Texas last week, but he's going to have to do that more consistently. 14th, Clint Boyer. He was a part of that wreck with DiBenedetto and Johnson, I think, but survived, finished 14th. 15th, Ty Dillon. Good for you, Ty Dillon. Wow, that's actually a dang good run for them. 16th, Michael McDowell. Good run for them as well. For Front Row Racing's had a good year. They've actually had a pretty good year. 17th, Matt Kenseth. He was a part of one of the wrecks. Oh, yeah, Bubba. Him and Bubba got together. Preece made some contact with Kenseth. Kenseth spun out. Bubba hit him. Bubba hit Kenseth, sorry. And, Kenseth actually rallies for a 17th place finish. 18th, Daniel Suarez. Good for him. Wow. Good for you, Daniel Suarez. 19th, John Hunter Nemechek. He was in a late wreck. 20th, Ryan Blaney. He hit the wall late. Got pinned a lap down. Was not able to get the wave around or lucky dog. So 20th place finish. Had top 5 speed. Blaney and Jimmie. And Kyle. Their luck this year sucked. Blaney will have a top 5 race winning car and will get screwed by something stupid and finish 20th. Jimmie, we know Jimmie, and Kyle, we know Kyle. But Blaney, man, you look at this year. Leading late at Las Vegas, caution, finishes 13th after he pits. Texas last week, 150 lap sled, stages swept. Is going to cycle into 2nd, but is eventually going to pass Hamlin for the lead because he's better. Caution, and he's pinned a lap down, so he has to take the wave around. Finished 7th. This week, top 5 speed, running up front, hits the wall. Like, the dude just can't catch a break. And let's not even forget about Bristol when he spun out and wrecked. Auto Club, he had a top 5 car, had a tire issue late. The guy's got terrible luck. Just absolutely horrendous luck. 21st, Corey LaJoie. 22nd, J.J. Yeley. Wow. Wow, good for him. 23rd, Christopher Bell. 24th, Quinn Houff. Good run for Starcom. Attaboy, Quinn. Show them haters who's boss. Yeah. 25th, Josh Bilicki. 26th, Garrett Smithley. 27th, Austin Dillon, involved in that incident with Jimmie Johnson, Matt DiBenedetto. 28th, Ryan Newman. He was involved in the incident with Bell, Preece. That incident ends up with the 28th place finish. 29th, Joey Gase. Go Joey Gase. 30th, Brendan Poole. 31st, Reed Sorensen. 32nd, Jimmie. 33rd, Chris Buescher. 34th, Ryan Preece. Oh, thank God he's okay. He hit hard. 35th, Joey Logano. Joey Logano actually triggered that Matt DiBenedetto, Jimmie Johnson, Austin Dillon crash. Cut a tire or something and hit the wall. Everyone checked up behind him, and it just caused chaos, utter chaos. 36th, Matty D. Bad day for him. I love Matty D. And he's had a really good year. He was like 50 points above the playoff cutoff line. After that, that's going to hurt him a bit. So they got to have some better results. Obviously, not their fault. They've been having a good few weeks, but just some bad luck in the past 2 races. So, I'm sure they'll get it back together. 37th, Bubba Wallace, a part of that incident I was telling you about earlier. 38th, Timmy Hilgo. Timmy, 39th, BJ McLeod. 40th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with an electrical fire. That's your results. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. We got another race in a week and a half. We got a week and a half until New Hampshire, but until that, I got some content for you. That's right, planned stuff. We're going to give you a playoff update on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, one of those days. actually push that to Sunday or Monday. Saturday, I've been waiting to do this video. I was at the Ryan Blaney Talladega win in the fall last year in 2019, and his race win diecast is supposed to get here tomorrow, but I'm making the video Saturday because I'm busy tomorrow. But Saturday, that video is happening, the Ryan Blaney diecast review, so I'm excited to do that. We'll do a live stream sometime next week. We'll do some other stuff next week, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's been a good month so far. So keep on liking, keep on hitting that subscribe button. We've had a great month, guys, so continue to hit that button. And thank you for watching.